what's the score going into
the score
final?
right now? It's worth 3.
This is
so. Coach can run away with it in a wipeout. You can tie, or Brew can win. Commanders at Bucks Sunday night. Shootout time. Look, outside of the Lions, these are the top 2 scoring teams in the entire NFL. Coach, you are so close to victory.
I feel good about it.
that elusive victory.
Who is this a must-win for?
Just like I picked him at the beginning of the season when nobody else would, I'm going to pick him again now. It's Jayden Daniels. This is a must-win for Jayden Daniels, and here's why. We see the problems that sophomore sensations have with C.J. Stroud. So right now, C.J. was in the same position that you were in last year. Offensive Rookie of the Year, probably going to be Offensive Rookie of the Year. You've got all this momentum. You are exceeding expectations, and now you've got a chance to not only win this game, but to continue with this momentum, where next year all of these things are going to be that much harder just to get to the same level that you're getting to. And I think at that, for that reason specifically, it's a must-win.
The answer to this one is no one. It's actually a double can't lose.
Double.
Both these teams were expected to do nothing. They were both picked to finish 2nd or 3rd in their own divisions. For the Bucks, 4th straight division championship. Todd Bowles' job is safe. Baker justified the contract that they gave him after last year when many people thought he couldn't. And Jayden Daniels, like Coach said, Offensive Rookie of the Year, double-digit wins, new ownership. Everyone's feeling the Commanders again. No matter what happens here, this is one of those things where they show the losing team's locker room about an hour after the game, and the guys they're not down. They're like, you know what? We did a hell of a lot this year. Feel great going in next year. Double can't lose.
Jayden wants to be sitting on the bottom of Nick's tier.
I'm just
next time in the playoffs.
I'm just telling you. Okay.
Terrible. That's
Okay, here we go.
terrible answer. It's clearly Baker Mayfield. All right, now Baker had a great year. Baker had a fantastic year. But I want some stability. I want Baker to become the model of stability. Right now, he's dynamic. You know, he 4 touchdowns here, 5 touchdowns there. But it's usually when that chip is on his shoulder and nobody's expecting anything. Like, he still has to prove it. He has to prove it. But once you start expecting it, oh, yeah, Baker's a bad man. Baker's great. Dallas, everybody believed in Tampa when they played Dallas. They lost. They almost fell out of the playoffs because they lost to the Cowboys. Last week, he wasn't great against New Orleans. They almost lost that game. Now, I want to see Baker without people doubting him. When people believe in you, go out there and show me you can get it done. So
Yeah, it's obviously not a must-win for Jayden Daniels. Jayden Daniels had an unbelievable season. He carried this team from the brink. This team was nothing last season. They were awful. They've been awful for years and years and years. He's completely saved this franchise. Jayden Daniels doesn't need to prove anything else this season. Does he need to continue to prove himself in seasons moving forward? Of course. He needs to prove that he can get to an NFC championship game, win Super Bowls, MVPs, etc., etc. But this season right now, he doesn't have to prove anything else. And you can't use C.J. Stroud as a reference point. Different team, playing a different team. Like that doesn't make any sense. And just because C.J. Stroud struggled this year doesn't mean that Jayden Daniels is going to struggle next year. Like, there was some serious issues, I think, with that roster. Bobby Slowick, like the no O-line. Yeah, if the Commanders don't take care of business this offseason, sure, you can expect Jayden Daniels to maybe not be as good. But I expect the Commanders to support Jayden Daniels in that offense. And Cliff Kingsbury, I don't think is suddenly going to now, they're not going to question his ability to run an offense. There is those questions about Bobby Slowick, unfortunately, for him. But, you know, Cliff Kingsbury's been around the block once or twice. Like, let's be serious here. He's done it with multiple quarterbacks. Multiple starting quarterbacks, multiple backup quarterbacks. So comparing it to C.J. Stroud, and that doesn't mean anything to me. Like there's a clear line in that right now, honestly. The whole sophomore slump. No. And Jayden Daniels can do more than C.J. Stroud. His game has more tools in the toolbox. So Jayden Daniels can be more resilient than a C.J. Stroud. I think C.J. Stroud will be more dependent on the roster than Jayden Daniels, as we saw just this season alone. So everyone wants to tell me how amazing of a quarterback Baker Mayfield is. How he's an actual top 5 quarterback, that he should be an MVP candidate. That according to Nick Wright, he's a top 4 playoff performer. And you're going to lose to a rookie quarterback, Jayden Daniels, and the Washington Commanders? Huh? No. The 6th seed? That's who you're going to lose to at home? The pressure's on Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah, they were banged up. They got their Hall of Fame wide receiver back. They got that defense. They've been putting up points. They're at home. This is a must-win for Baker Mayfield. Everyone keeps telling me how amazing Baker is. So you guys keep telling me. Well, then you win this game. Nick Wright just went on a whole rant in a previous clip about Josh Allen. To how Josh Allen can't lose to Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos. Well, here's the Washington Commanders and Jayden Daniels. You can't lose to them then. So this is not a must-win for the Washington Commanders. The Washington Commanders have hit this season out of the park, past the moon, past Mars, past a planet that we haven't even seen yet, that we don't even know exists yet. There should be 1,000% zero pressure and expectations for the Washington Commanders and Jayden Daniels this season. Zero. If you're a Commanders fan, if you're on that team, first off, you believe you can win, obviously. So both these teams will be upset. Well, what Nick is saying is completely wrong. Oh, an hour after, then the locker room, they'll be pretty happy. No, they don't. The Washington Commanders believe they can do some damage and believe they can get to an NFC Championship game. That's why they made some of the moves that they made. That's why they made some of the trades that they made. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, oh, I talked to that fan base. They feel that they're going to the Super Bowl. They are not just happy getting to the first round of the playoffs and then losing to Jayden Daniels, a rookie quarterback, and the Washington Commanders, who for entire Baker's career have been like nothing. Have been irrelevant. So no. This is a must-win for Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All the pressure is on them. None of the pressure is on Jayden Daniels and the Washington Commanders. None. What the Commanders and Jayden have done has been amazing. The fact that they're even in this situation is wildly impressive. Wildly impressive. So the double can't lose. No. The only person that can't lose, or the team that can't lose, is the Washington Commanders. Because they've already won. They've already won. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Jayden Daniels and the Washington Commanders? Do you think this is a must-win for them, or a double can't lose for the Commanders and the Bucs? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.